Janubi for South Africa wins it by a half.
It's an absolutely exquisitely beautiful morning here in Dubai, and we've been coming here since 2001, which means that it's not rocket science to work out that this is our 17th year in Dubai. Now, in our inaugural performance here in Dubai, Bob Baffert was victorious with a horse called Captain Steve, and he's been victorious a couple of times since then, not least of all last year with an incredibly beautiful grey son of unbridled song, a horse called Arrogate, who showed incredible mettle and great tenacity to overcome every bit of adversity that you can possibly imagine. And Bob Baffert is back this time with a horse called West Coast, who was runner-up to Gun Runner in the Pegasus World Cup. And he's also got one of South Africa's good old favourites, a horse called Mubtahij. Now, we know that he's around, and we hopefully be able to get an interview with Bob. Sometimes they're short, sometimes they're not so short, but one thing's for sure, they'll be passionate and they'll be detailed and they'll be full of life. Earlier on in the day, we had an opportunity to go to the round track where Mike de Kock was working both Janubi and Al Sahem. We got some lovely vision of them. And we've also got a little interview with Anthony Del Pesh about his ride on Al Sahem, who takes his place in the 3,200 meter Dubai Gold Cup. Janubi will obviously be running in the turf race, which is over 1,800 meters, which might be at the end of his range, but he's had a sparkling preparation. He's incredibly gutsy and tenacious, and he may just be able to pull off the odds at a very big price of 20-1. So that's Mike de Kock's entry. And then to set the scene for Dubai, we've got the very talented and very beautiful anchor for Dubai Television. Her name is Laura King. She's always very generous with her time, and she gives us some sort of insight into what we can expect on behalf of Sunbet for this week's Dubai World Cup meeting here in Dubai. We've got no Arrogate, but certainly a very, very worthy substitute in West Coast. He looks about as good as they come.
He should be the best. He is the best horse in that race. He should be able to easily beat them. As you say, he's no Arrogate. He's no California Chrome. He doesn't have the wow factor. We don't see people sort of coming down here and looking at him at the rail and go, oh, wow, but he's taken to everything beautifully. He's going around so steadily in the mornings. Looks to have a wonderful temperament. And Bob Baffert spoke to him yesterday. Seems confident enough. A little bit worried about the start. They don't want an issue like last year when Arrogate got left in the gates. But West Coast should, to my mind, be too good for the others in that race.
On the subject of the start, I was listening to a very intriguing interview with Satish Seema about North America, because obviously the track conditions last year were extraordinary.
We're going to have nothing like last year. Hopefully there's no rain forecast this time around. And the way the track's been in the Carnival, particularly Super Saturday, it's been playing to speed. You have to be up there early. If you're in front turning for home, you're probably going to stay there. That's what we saw in the dirt racing on that day. So Satish can be pretty confident. North America's got a lot of speed. He'll be up there early on. A lot, of course, will depend on the draw, which we won't know until Wednesday. Last year, I think you could probably say all the horses on the dirt and even to some extent on the turf wouldn't have won had we not had the rain. It's just been so difficult to close on this surface this year, as Second Summer did, as Mind Your Biscuits did, as Arrogate did.
Well, I guess that might have been the end of Arrogate's career. I mean, it was the most supreme Herculean type of performance.
Well, Bob Baffert makes a really good point. He hasn't said that Dubai is the reason that the horse tailed off so dramatically. He said that performance was the reason the horse tailed off so dramatically. And I think that's really key. If he'd done that at Santa Anita, at Gulfstream, anywhere in America, it's probably going to bottom him. It was an amazing performance because he won in the end quite easily. I think that we didn't realise how much it took out of him, but it was huge. And not a bad way to end your sort of top draw performances. It's something that no one, I don't think, will ever forget. And Bob was getting quite emotional talking about it yesterday.
Yeah, I guess, when you've won the Pegasus $12 million race and you've won the Breeders' Cup and you've won everything building up to that, Travis, I mean, I don't think we'll ever see a horse like him again.
And I don't think that many people are willing to try, really. They could have brought Gun Runner back here. The race would have been a penalty kick for him, but they decided to send him off to stud, a decision you can completely understand for the horse and for sort of financial reasons. But not that many people are willing to try and risk it. And as you say, now there is the Pegasus. They can earn now 16 million just for staying in training that little bit longer and then still make that stud career. I think that probably, in a way, has been detrimental towards the Dubai World Cup.
The filly, the Unbridled Song filly, she looks really good and possibly good value at 7-1.
A lot of people really fancy her. It's going to be her last race. She's going to be covered by Medaglia d'Oro after Saturday. Everyone seems very happy with her. Dallas Stewart, we spoke to earlier in the week, is pretty happy, if not, I wouldn't say he was confident at all. She's got a mountain to climb good fillies have come here before. Royal Delta, one of the best fillies ever in America, came here and failed twice. So it's Furia Cressada in the race. Got a sneaky feeling she might run okay. She'll probably need them to go very fast, which they will, and she'll try and close, which will be hard. But I think it'd be a surprise were we to see the first filly or mare win the World Cup this year.
Also, a little bit of a bittersweet horse in the race for us is Mubtahij. We'd love to see him run well for the sake of the horse, but obviously he's in the twilight of his career, although this is his stamping ground.
He's been based here for 3 seasons with Mike de Kock. I'm as big a fan as you are of the horse. I love him to bits. I can understand why Connections opted to send him to Bob Baffert, because the man's a genius, and also there's many more Grade 1s over there for him to run in and win. He's now a Grade 1 winner after all, winning what was pretty awesome again stakes, but still he won it. That's great for his stallion value. He's not going to win, is he? I mean, he's been 2nd and 4th in the race so far, arguably harder races than this. Bob Baffert said he'll show up, he'll be there, he's a dependable horse, but I'd feel very, very unfortunate, very sorry for Mike de Kock and Trevor Brown, who've done nothing wrong with the horse if he were to win, but I don't think they need to worry.
There are hundreds of things I'd like to ask you, but I think because of time constraints, we're just going to touch on Janubi, who's been a revelation to Mike de Kock, and of course Al Sahim, who doesn't go for the mile-and-a-half race, but his preparation looks to have gone extremely well, and if he stays, he's got to have a money chance at the 2-mile race.
Yeah, they could go a decent enough clip in there. You've got horses such as Big Orange that are going to press forward. He'll be coming late. I think it's a bit of a question mark, as you say, about the distance, but Mike feels he's going to be okay at it. So he's going in under the radar. Must be quite nice for Mike this year, a lot less pressure than normal. And Janubi's just an awesome horse. I mean, he had to overcome all the travel. He ran a great race first up here. They brought him in that sort of the way that Mike likes the prep horses, over shorter, and then it was fantastic to see him win here, and such a good run last time as well in the Jebel Hatter. Fully deserves to be here. He's going to probably be there to be got at in the closing stages. I think the last sort of 100 metres might be a bit tough for him, but he's such a lovely, honest horse. I would love for there to be an upset, and what I don't think is the strongest Dubai Turf. Not at all. So I think it could be right for an upset, and wouldn't it be great if Mike, in what is probably his smallest World Cup team ever, he didn't even think he'd have horses in the fields. Wouldn't it be great if he could just pop up with a win when no one's expecting it?
Yeah, I guess Anthony Del Peche, who knows the horse really well, will have Verizabad to keep him company, because Christoph is definitely going to be playing a waiting game, I would think.
Absolutely, yeah. Vazirabad's prep was very eye-catching. He's not getting any younger, of course, and Rare Rhythm, who beat him, to a very, very good horse. That was so impressive. But as you say, we'll see these sort of exaggerated waiting tactics, won't we, from Christoph on Vazirabad and Al Sahim. It wouldn't be the worst idea in the world to sort of keep out the back and try and make up some ground late on. I think that's going to be their best way of picking up a place there.
Running into a clear third, Furia Cressada, but North America, brilliant win. North America wins by 6. Second.
He's been an absolute star. He's a great advert for the Racing in Dubai sales. It's a difficult one because personally, for Connections, knowing them being based in Dubai, Richie Mullen being a fantastic friend to us on the channel, I'd love them to win. But I think the race should probably go to a horse from North America. It's a proper top draw, mile-and-a-quarter dirt horse. So in a way, I'd be a bit disappointed for the profile of Dubai World Cup were North America to win. But for Satish, who's been here since, I think they built Dubai around him, that would be an amazing story. So I'm a little on the fence with North America. My gut feeling is he won't be good enough.